Hi, my name is Jessica Levin. I'm the President and Chief Connector at 7 Degrees Communications, and I consider myself an event evangelist and an event engagement specialist. My chapter is on the importance of social media for virtual and hybrid events. What role does social media play in a hybrid event? Well, I think social media is really the key component to a hybrid event. Whether we're talking about social media from a public perspective, we're talking about using a site like Twitter or Facebook to interact with the virtual audience, or we're talking about a private community, the main factor is really bringing people together through the online discussion and through the back channel. So really, without social media and without those discussions, a hybrid event is really just somebody sitting at home watching a video, and that's not very exciting. So what social media has done is really opened up the doors for everybody to communicate, whether you're sitting in your office or sitting at home or sitting in a general session. So when we think about how social media plays a role, we look at a few different factors. One is how well the attendees are familiar with the social media channel. So if you have an audience who may never have used Twitter before, you may have a lesser adoption rate. So one important consideration is making sure that if you are doing this type of event and you are integrating a social media channel, that you're providing some training to the audience so that they know how to engage and how to use the communication channel that you've given them. If a hybrid event planner is new to social media, where's a good starting point? Well, the first place is for you to educate yourself. And there are so many resources. If you simply Google training on Twitter or Facebook, there are a lot of tutorials. There's a lot of sessions at various conferences that can help teach you the basics. And there's a lot of consultants that are willing to work with you and teach you. But you really need to get a handle on the mechanics as well as the philosophies so that you can teach them to the attendees who are participating. How should hybrid event planners manage social media during the events? And this is a really important thing because one area of feedback that we get from attendees is that there's too much going on. In some cases, planners might use a Facebook feed, they might use Twitter, and they might use the private community within the hybrid platform. And while these are good because they connect to people in the social network channel that they prefer, it can also cause a lot of confusion for people who might be new to social networking or simply don't know where the best place to communicate is. So my recommendation is to try to pick one or two places to engage and limit that. Now, you can't always control the conversations, and people are going to have conversations in the platforms that they feel most comfortable with. But from an official standpoint, communicating what the official social network is important, and then actively monitoring that network so that people can engage. From a management perspective, it's very important that you have at least one person dedicated to having discussions with the virtual audience and with the live attendees who are participating in the discussion. In some cases, you may want to designate someone to simply handle technical issues that might come up and have somebody else responsible for content. A great strategy is to have somebody who's actually serving as a moderator and asking provocative questions to get the conversation going. In some cases, you might have a really lively audience who are already having conversations with themselves and they don't really need any guidance. But in other situations, you really need to help get the conversation started. So having a moderator take care of that can really help facilitate and create a better sense of engagement. So what's the future of social media and events? Well, this is a good question. One of the things that we're facing right now are the increase in social networks. Google Plus is coming in as a major player, and at this point in time, on January 9th, 2012, we don't really know where that's going to go. But the bottom line is to look at it and say, how are we changing our behavior? And what I see is that people are going to become more comfortable, and engaging in this multi-directional conversation is going to become more commonplace. So people are going to have this expectation that, oh, where's the back channel? How do I connect to that? In certain industries, people have been doing this for many years. In others, this is a brand new concept. So I think there's going to be more buy-in and a greater comfort level. And then we just have to think about the various social networking platforms and take into consideration which ones we might be looking at. Today it's Twitter, tomorrow it's Google+. We don't know what the future holds for new social networks, but the behaviors are going to change and people are really going to get more comfortable with this and really start to enjoy it from an engagement perspective. In summary, social networking and social media really are the core of hybrid events. They're really what enables people to engage, to have better discussions about the content, and to network with each other in ways that they were never able to do before. With proper training, this can be an excellent way to enhance the value of your events and also to help increase potential attendance at future events for the live attendees.